Hi everybody, welcome to my week 20 pregnancy vlog. I can't believe we're at the halfway point. Woohoo! So excited that things have been going along so smoothly over here. I've gotten a lot of questions from you guys. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Thank you for caring. And I'm feeling really good. I would say some of the most notable things that I have to talk about in this video would be my belly growth. Just looking back, especially over weeks 18, 19, and 20, you can just really see that the bump is growing, and I think that's exciting. And check out this funny shirt, you guys. I'm up on my tippy toes so you can see it, but I found this at Ross for like a few bucks. Not that she wants out anytime soon. There's what we're looking like at 20 weeks, and as of tomorrow, it will be 21 weeks. So I wanted to talk a little bit about our 20-week doctor's appointment that we had last week, and that was when we were initially thinking we would find out whether it was a boy or a girl. And then, of course, at week 16, we were kind of surprised to find out, oh, if you want to do an ultrasound now, we can do one. We found out that it was a girl at that point, and so going back for our 20 week, we still got to do an ultrasound. But this one was much more like looking at her size, and the ultrasound technician was like doing a lot of little, measurements and figuring out like, okay, how long is her leg, how big is her head, like all kinds of things. Like it just seemed like she was going through every little body part and just assessing, what it was doing size-wise. And she did confirm again that it was still a girl. My sister-in-law Sarah told me a couple weeks ago that she had a dream that our first ultrasound was actually wrong and that we're really having a boy. And I was like, oh no, I can only find out that kind of information one time. Our technician that we were working with seemed very certain the first time, and again, still a girl. You don't want to go messing with a pregnant woman's mind too much. You could go a little haywire, but again, Sarah knows that. She's got a bun in the oven also, due in June, so yay, Sarah! If you're watching, hi! But anyway, seeing the baby on this ultrasound was so cool because, as the time goes along, you're just able to see more and more detail. And so we were able to see, like, on her profile, like a little bump of a nose, and I just thought that was the cutest thing. I was like, oh my gosh, there's a little teeny tiny baby nose. And then she was just moving around and doing stuff. Like, at one point, it looked like she had, like, one hand on her head, and then, like, one leg was up. Like, she was totally in pose mode for us. But she was also, like, sucking her thumb. We could see, like, her little chin and her mouth moving. And, I mean, it's just fascinating. I think it's just crazy the way technology allows us to see exactly what's going on in there. And as far as her size, they told us she was just kind of right around average as far as, her growth to this point. Pretty much, just what's expected so far. Not a lot bigger, not a lot smaller, so that was good to hear. And everything's just looking really good. So it was just kind of a relief to go through that appointment and find that, they're kind of looking over your ultrasound with a fine-tooth comb and everything looks good. I've continued to feel her movements, which is just awesome. It's not like non-stop all the time at this point, but I mean, I will feel like just a little something there, or a little kind of flutter around, and I'm wondering, like, is she flipping around, or is she punching out, or like what's going on? But it's just so neat to kind of just have that occasional reminder, like, hey, I'm in here. And I've noticed it more like in the evenings, especially if I happen to be on my back for a little bit. I can feel that more. Maybe if I'm just sitting still more, that's when I feel it. As far as any like symptoms that I can think of that I've been going through, I have noticed like a little bit of maybe some like acid reflux, heartburn a little bit. Nothing too major. I think that's what it is, because I've never really had that before. Continuously going to the bathroom. I think I've said that every time. And my doctor kind of said, this is sort of the happy time of pregnancy where you're not super sick and you're not really uncomfortable. And, I just feel like I've been able to go about my days doing the things I would normally do. If you do keep up with Beauty Broadcast Live, I just mentioned it this past week that we are going to be moving soon. Not a big move, we're still going to be within our same town, but a house that's going to give us a little more space, and it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to get in there. We haven't totally closed yet, but it's really, everything's moving in that direction. Anybody who's dealt with house buying knows it's kind of a long process, but we definitely have an adorable room in that house that I think is going to make a great nursery. So I've been scheming about what we want to do there, and I think Tyler and I really are heavily leaning toward kind of like a lilac, lavender cute nursery idea. There will be a new and improved makeup room in there as well, so just really, really pumped for what's to come there. But just dealing with all the little ins and outs of house buying has been another thing that's been going on for, you know, what seems like a past, I don't know, month and a half or something. It wasn't even a situation where we're like, we need to move immediately, or, you know, we need to find somewhere bigger now. Like the perfect looking thing came along and we just felt the need to go for it. And so that's what we're doing. And a move is still probably several weeks out, but I mean, there's just a lot involved with the planning for that. And then you've got, you know, your current house that you're trying to deal with, and you're thinking about like straightening things up and doing some improvements, doing some backing. And I'm still trying to keep up with all my videos and everything. It's just, my life feels very full right now, but I tell myself, you know, it's going to be great when we get in there, get settled in, and then have some time before the baby comes, as opposed to being in that situation right after the baby comes. Not that it can't be done, but I really do think ultimately this is going to be a little easier to get moved and get things going on while I'm still pregnant. So that's that story. So thank you guys so much for listening and for taking an interest in what's going on. If there's anything you can think of that would be of use to people in my next pregnancy vlog that I should include, let me know. But for now, that's all I got. So thank you and have a great day. Bye, guys.